Hey folks, what is up? It's Jim from the Guitar Trade Centre here again. Just another follow-on clip from our earlier post, and it's also just something to discuss that has been brought to our attention numerous times, and every dealer sort of has the same situation, and it's just to sort of share it with the general public and let you guys know how we handle that or what our expectations are. So the conversation that I'd like to talk about is about margin. And for anyone who doesn't know what margin is basically our profit. So it basically means that we're making something on the guitars that we sell. So the reason that I'm bringing this up is that one of the problems that we have every single day is that we will get clients contacting us looking to sell a guitar, amp, pedal, whatever it happens to be. And often what I like to say is they've done 99% of the work. And what I mean by that is they will have worked out what it is they've got, Les Paul Standard, American Standard, Strat, whatever it happens to be. They'll have an idea in their head of what they think it's worth. They'll also then go on eBay and Reverb and Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace and all of these places and do a lot of research and work out exactly what it's worth secondhand. The problem here is that what they'll then do is they'll then ask us for that amount. So they'll look on Reverb and let's say a Les Paul Standard and they'll say, I know it's worth £1,600. Okay, I've looked at the last 50 that have sold and the average is £1,600. Okay, that's fine. So I'm looking to find out if you guys want to buy it. That's fine, we're happy to buy it. Les Paul Standard, popular model, something we're looking for. How much do you want for it? And they'll say £1,600. So what they've basically done there is they've worked out our resale price. They've not left anything in it for us. There's no margin, there's no profit, there's nothing in that for us to then resell. So the reason why that's frustrating for me is that clients are actively contacting a dealer. So they're actually contacting a dealer who buys and sells that particular product. They've worked out what the street price is or what the ticket price on that is and just not left anything in it for us. So now, don't get me wrong, if that guitar is worth £1,600 and you therefore then want to put it on eBay and Reverb and try and sell it for £1,600, that's completely fine because that's your prerogative and that's completely fine. If that's what it's worth secondhand and that's what you want to get back for it, that's fine. The thing that frustrates me and other dealers is that these clients will then contact a dealer who they know is buying it to sell it on and they'll ask for £1,600. And that's a little bit frustrating because you've done all that effort. You've went through all the research, you've figured out exactly what it's worth, but you just won't sell it for any less than £1,600. And the frustrating thing for me is, well, why contact a dealer when you've worked out that it's going to be £1,600? It's like going into Arnold Clark or whatever car garage and saying, I've been through Auto Trader and I know my car's a 2000 and whatever, and it's got X amount of 100,000 miles on it. The cheapest one in the UK is 20,000 and the most expensive one is 22. So do you want to buy my car? And the guy says, yeah, that's fine, I'm happy to buy your car. How much do you want for it? And then you say 20,000. Well, why would they buy that when you've worked out that that's what they're going to resell it for? So that's the topic I'd like to discuss today. So it really means that or what I'm trying to say is that if you're contacting a dealer, you need to be prepared to take a little less than it's worth privately, because that's the reason why you're selling it to a dealer. You're selling it to a dealer because you want fast cash, you want your money quickly, you know that dealers are always buying things. So you have to be prepared to think that if your guitar is worth £1,600 on the open market, you need to accept a chunk less than that. So that then becomes the next question. And the next question is, what do dealers look for as a margin? What sort of profit margin are they looking for in it? How much realistically should you leave in it for a dealer? And that's a pretty tricky one to answer, but I'll give you my opinion on it. So if a dealer is being pretty fair with you, I think 20%, 20 to 25% is pretty fair. If you're buying a guitar that's £1,000, you should expect an offer of 750, 800. So obviously every dealer has got their own parameters. They might It might be an old school dealer who, if you walk through the door in the shop, might try and buy it off you for 50%. They might try and give you 500 quid for it, 600 quid, whatever it happens to be. It might be a fair dealer who's offering 20% on it. So every dealer's different. There's no rule, there's no sort of hard, fast, this is what a dealer would offer. But what I would say is that if you've worked out roughly what you think your guitar's worth based on advertised prices, based on sold prices, be prepared to take anywhere between 20 to 40% off of that, depending on how fair the dealer's been with you. That's what I would expect you to be offered. I know that some of the big shops offer 50, 60% off, which is a lot, in my opinion. So what I would say is be prepared to take maybe between 20 and 25% of what you think it's worth. And if you're not prepared to take that, if you're not prepared, just don't contact a dealer. Don't go through the effort of emails or phone calls and all the rest of it, because if you've already worked out what it's worth, you just need to leave something in it for a dealer. And that's one of the things that we get on a daily basis. We get people contacting us basically saying they've done all the research, they've worked out exactly what it's worth, and then that's the number they ask from me. It's a bit of a waste of time from everyone's sort of point of view. It's a waste of time for the client because they're contacting people all day who have known who are not going to buy it at that price. And then also from our point of view, we are responding to emails, calls, doing some market research on hours and hours and hours worth of messages on stuff that we're not being able to buy. Pure and simple. So what I would say is leave a margin in it if you're contacting a dealer. Don't be expecting the same price that they sell on eBay and Reverb for if you are contacting a dealer. Now, if you want to sell it on these platforms, then by all means try and chase those numbers because that's pretty fair. But if you're contacting a dealer, expect somewhere between 25, 20, something like that, 20 to 30% of a margin. I hope that helps. If you're looking to sell something, get in touch with us today, and we're always happy to give you a quote. Until next time.